Have you ever wondered how Netflix seems to know exactly what show you want to watch next? Or how your phone can recognize your face in a split second? Or how Google Translate can turn one language into another almost instantly? The answer to all of these is machine learning. And the best part is that you don't need a mathematics degree or a computer science background to understand it. Once you see the basic idea, it's actually surprisingly simple. Normally, when we write a computer program, we give the computer a set of rules. If this happens, do that, step by step, rule by rule. The computer only knows what we explicitly tell it. Machine learning works differently. Instead of giving the computer a long list of instructions, we give it data, lots and lots of examples. Then we let the computer discover the patterns for itself. Think about teaching a child to recognize a dog. You probably wouldn't hand them a rule book that says, a dog has 4 legs, fur, a tail, and it barks. Instead, you would simply show them many different dogs. Big dogs, small dogs, fluffy dogs, short-haired dogs. After seeing enough examples, they naturally begin to recognize what a dog looks like. Machine learning works in much the same way. We show a computer thousands or sometimes millions of examples, and it gradually learns the patterns hidden inside that data. But how does it actually learn? Imagine that we're teaching a computer to tell the difference between cats and dogs. We feed it 10,000 pictures, and each one has a label attached to it: cat, dog, cat, dog. As it looks through these images, the computer starts noticing patterns. Maybe cats often have pointy ears. Maybe dogs tend to have longer noses. It isn't memorizing every single picture. Instead, it's learning which features are useful for making a good guess. Then comes the interesting part. We show it a picture it has never seen before, and it tries to predict whether it's looking at a cat or a dog. If it gets the answer wrong, we tell it the correct answer. The computer adjusts itself a little and tries again. Sometimes it fails. It adjusts again. Sometimes it succeeds. It fine-tunes itself even more. After thousands and thousands of these small corrections, it becomes better and better at the task. This learning process is called training, and the thing that comes out at the end is called a model. A model is simply a system that has learned from data and can now make predictions about new information. The remarkable thing is that this idea is already part of everyday life. When your email automatically moves spam messages into the junk folder, that's machine learning. When your Spotify recommends songs that match your taste, that's machine learning. When a bank notices unusual activity and flags a suspicious payment, that's machine learning too. And when doctors use advanced software to help detect early signs of diseases from medical scans, machine learning can play an important role there as well. It isn't magic, and it isn't science fiction. At its core, it's simply pattern recognition on an enormous scale. There are 3 main ways a machine can learn. The first is called supervised learning. This is the most common approach. The computer is given examples along with the correct answers. One email is labeled as spam, another is labeled as safe. One picture is labeled as a cat, another is a dog. It's a bit like a student studying with an answer key. The second is called unsupervised learning. Here, the computer receives data but no labels and no correct answers. Its job is to find patterns and group similar things together on its own. Imagine being handed a collection of foreign coins you've never seen before and sorting them by their size, color, and shape without knowing which country they came from. The third is reinforcement learning, and it's one of the most fascinating forms of machine learning. Instead of learning from examples, the computer learns through trial and error. When it makes a good decision, it receives a reward. When it makes a poor decision, it tries a different approach. It's very similar to training a dog with treats. Over time, the machine discovers which actions lead to the best outcomes. This is one of the techniques that has allowed computers to master games like chess and compete against the world's strongest players. Machine learning is one of the most powerful technologies humans have ever created. It helps doctors improve diagnoses. It helps farmers predict crop yields. It helps translators break down language barriers and connect people across the world. And we're only at the beginning. You don't need to become an engineer or a programmer to live in a world shaped by machine learning, but understanding what it is and how it works means you're no longer just using the technology around you. You understand the engine that powers it. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the person building the next breakthrough. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.